Okay, we got the 2011 TRD Tacoma. We're gonna try and do some plasti dip painting on the lower valets of the front bumper. First thing you're gonna want to do is remove your license plate if you're running a front one, and whatever surface you want to use, clean off really good. Make sure there's nothing on there. And then I'm gonna use some painter's tape, and I'm gonna tape my area off. People say you don't have to because it is plasti dip and it peels off. And it's only about 60 degrees out here and sunny, so we're gonna see how it turns out. Hopefully it goes good. And for anyone who hasn't seen it, you can get it for like $5 at your stores. It's just Plasti Dip spray paint, flat black. Let's see what we get. Okay, now I got all the area that I don't want any paint or overspray on masked off. The area I want painted, which is obviously the center. I know a lot of people have done this, so figured I'd be trying to make a nice video so people that are first time ever doing it, like me, have a little bit of reference idea maybe. It's kind of windy, not too bad, so I'm going to start doing light coat, see it's good. I'm going to take a dry cloth and gently wipe it off again, make sure there's no dust left on the bumper now that it's been washed. So we're going to go ready for first coat and hope it goes good. Okay, we got the first light coat on. I just, like always with painting, you know, I never worked plasti dip with normal spray paint. Just want to keep about 12 inches away and just do light coatings back and forth. I prefer to do multiple light coatings. That way, you know, it has a chance to dry out better and whatnot. We're going to let this sit for probably about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Let the first coat get in real good. In my opinion, the first coat and surface prep is the most important. Let it dry good, that way the rest can bond to it itself. And then we'll go back, probably add 3 or 4 more coats. Hopefully it turns out good. So, let's let it sit for a while and see what we get. Okay, here it is with coat 2. It's definitely starting to blend in better and look thicker. First coat was good and dry before I started the second. Probably gonna put, I don't know, 4 coats on. I imagine 3 will finish it up nice, and I'll just do the 4th one for a little added layer of protection, so to say. Gonna give this another about 20 minutes to dry. We'll add another coat. Alright, we got coat 3 on. I'd say it's starting to look pretty decent. Gonna let it sit some more, of course. Excuse me. Let it cure. Probably give it another 20 minutes or so. Then we'll put on a 4th coat. Maybe a 5th for good measure. I think I've used about a half can so far. It's coming along. Alright, I got it to the point where I'd say it's finished. I did a total of 6 coats. It looks good and smooth now. I let it sit in there dry for probably about 45 minutes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get a box cutter style razor blade. Around the corners where the tape line's up, I'm just going to gently cut it. I'm not going to do anything to the point where it hurts the factory paint, but I do want to cut around a little bit so when I'm peeling the paint off, if the plasti dip stuck on it, it won't peel off. And of course, the tape that's around the inside, it's got overspray on it. You should always peel off gently and slow. So I'm going to get that cut and slowly peeled off, and we'll see what the finished look looks like. Alright, this is how it looks directly after I peeled off the tape and cut around it. Turned out decent, in my opinion, for my first time, but I will say I didn't have the tape quite good enough up along the top part. I'm hearing a crack. You can see a little bit of white through, and I don't want that there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to touch up and spray over that. I'm not going to retape for that. And I'm going to have to do a little more fine cutting because you can see around where it curves. The edges aren't that great. But this is the first time I've ever worked with it, and I'd honestly say it should be at least 15 degrees warmer out to do this than what it is. But my first time working with it, I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to touch it up here and see what we can get for the final on it. Okay, here's the finished thing. Got everything peeled off. Had to do a little touch-upping. And then I cleaned the overspray that was left around it. All I used was a SOS style pad and warm water and just gently rubbed all the way around. And I wiped it down. And this is what I got left. All I gotta do now is re-put my front license plate on, and I'll do a little more trimming around the corners. I'm gonna let that wait till tomorrow so it can cure real good. And I'll probably wait to put the plate on till tomorrow too. But But I would say all in all it turned out pretty good. It's my first time working with Plasti Dip too, so I'm happy with the results. Debating if I'm going to do the stock wheels or not. I'm buying aftermarket ones next year, so we might just wait on that. But it took me about 3 hours with allowing dry time and one whole can of Plasti Dip, so I hope this video helped out for some people that are interested in doing it. Besides that, there's nothing done to the front of this truck. It's just stock besides that, so hope it holds up. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask.